Hey guys, it is Friday here in West Virginia, and we're going to do our regular episode of Free It Friday. And today we're going to do 3 cars for you. Uh, all 3 are Mijo exclusive lowriders. One is a brand new one from Johnny Lightning, and the other 2 are older releases with Autoworld teamed up with Mijo. And actually, this new one here with Johnny Lightning, which comes with an American diorama diecast figure of like a lowrider girl. Now, this is the first time that like Johnny Lightning has teamed up with American Diorama and then Mijo. So pretty cool that they're giving you this figure. And a thing that they did really cool with this series with the little American Diorama figure is that they also use Racing Champions and Autoworld in this lineup. So they basically teamed up with Round 2 and took all of their companies and picked some of their nicer cars that are typical lowriders in the real world. So I think Racing Champions, they had the 64 Chevy and the 58 Chevy Impalas. And then the Autoworld, I think it's the 64 Chevy Suburban. There may be another one, but I cannot recall. And then with Johnny Lightning, there's this Monty and then a 61 Chevy. So the Monty, I really dug the paint job and the wheel and tire combo. And because it's a G body, there's another reason. And I have a lot of the variants of this casting, the 78 to 80. So I decided to go ahead and get it. And one thing that I really liked about this, if you notice, this is the first time Johnny Lightning has a lowrider with decent looking wheels. And why I say that is because the diameter is correct. These look like 14s or something, going with like 164 casting. Now, the ones that they do usually have, and I'll go ahead and show you this before we start our unboxing. I have it right here. We just unboxed it a couple weeks ago when we had like a Monte Carlo Monday or something like that. This is the Training Day Trivial Pursuit car. And as you can see what I mean, they're wheels and tires that are made by Johnny Lightning are a little bit small. They look like those little donut spares that came in cars like a while back. I guess they still come in some. They don't have the full-size spare always. They have the little donut spares, and that's what this reminds me of, because they look much smaller than a 13-inch diameter. But since they put the thin white wall on these tires, it kind of throws it off a little bit and makes it look a little bit bigger, gives you that illusion. They are plastic too, 2-piece plastic. Now, these wheels and tires here, these are from, I would say, Autoworld, because these were on the Autoworld lowriders, as you can see here. Pretty much the same exact wheel and tire setup, gold Dayton's with the thin white wall 520s. And anyways, they also have it in their regular lineup too. I don't think it was just a Mijo. As you can see back there, this blue 70. Let me get that up there and zoom in for you. Those are some of my other lowriders, but that blue 70 is a regular retail release Autoworld lowrider. So as you can see, it is that same wheel. So I think it was a wheel from Autoworld, but it first appeared on the Autoworld Mijo exclusive lowriders. Well, actually, the 62 was one of them, the 62 Chevy, and then the 66 Chevy. But anyways, we're getting back to this Monty because we're going to go ahead and take him out. And this is one of 3,600. And one thing I'll point out on the Autoworlds, the first released lowrider thing from Autoworld and Mijo that's kind of funny, but this is definitely one of 3,600. And once again, it's a lowrider series teamed up with American Diorama and Johnny Lightning and Mijo. So going to the backside, you just have pretty much a bland background. I mean, not a lot of writing. It's not really that bland. It looks pretty cool. It's got the graphics that are on the Monte Carlo with lowriders in gold, and then where to find Mijo, M&J online, the American Diorama, and the Johnny Lightning logos there. So I've already cut this on the back side so I can open it. And this is the box I will be keeping, the, well, blister pack, just because it looks really cool. And then we'll get to that box in a minute. Let me get the car and the girl out of here. So, the box, as you can see here, says 1 of 3,600, 1978 Chevy Monte Carlo, Lowriders, Johnny Lightning, once again, Lowriders, and it says 1 of 3,600. So, M&J, well, Mijo exclusive, and then some licensing stuff on the bottom, round 2, GM, and so forth. So, let's go ahead, excuse me, and get this girl out first and take, whoops. Luckily, that fell on the tabletop instead of the floor. But as you can see, the American Diorama does a very nice job at the detail of their figures. Very nice. And they are die cast. As you can hear when I hit, it sounded kind of heavy. And for a little figure, it is kind of heavy. And usually, they stand very nice without having any kind of base on them. I mean, you don't have to struggle with getting them to stand up, as you can see. Pretty cool. So, let's get the Monty out and take a look at him. So, as I mentioned, these wheels look very good. And as you can see, sitting next to each other, how different the diameters are and such. So, these are smaller, in my opinion, than like a 15-inch. Probably would be a 13 or 14, we'd say. Love the paint job on this car, because this is something that you would have seen in Lowrider magazine back in the late 90s. This pattern type paint job that goes along with the body lines of the car, that's very well done. Even though it's very elaborate, it's not too much. It actually flows with the car very well, goes with all the body lines. And then the combo of like the blue green, the purple, and such, and gold goes very well together. The gold interior, I'm not so crazy about it, but it's okay. It looks like stock, like vinyl interior of a Monty. They didn't do any kind of like detail of like swivel buckets or anything kind of custom. So yeah, it just kind of looks kind of strange in the gold vinyl. It almost looks like it would be a chase piece or something, like the gold interior that you see on a Johnny Lightning car. But I think that's more, or Johnny Lightning, White Lightning, I should say. But it's more of a gold plating. But that I can overlook. The gold vinyl top don't look so bad. And then the gold Daytons look very well on this car with the paint. Even chrome ones would have went good. I think the gold, though, now with the gold vinyl top and the gold interior, the Daytons had to be gold. But if this would have been like a green or blue or purple vinyl with a purple or blue interior, then the chrome would have looked good. Nice detail on the tail lights, as Johnny Lightning always does on theirs. And let's see what the plate says here. And it just says My Monty. That's kind of cool, though. And as you can see, the tail lights, since we're zoomed in, tail lights are done very nicely. The bumper trim, done very nicely. Grill, headlights, turn signals. Very sweet looking car. Very happy to add this to my collection. And I hope that they keep doing this. And I would love to see more G bodies from Johnny Lightning, especially the Monte Carlo SS, the Buick Regal, Grand National. Those two would be awesome because those are true to scale. Their Olds Cutlass would not be bad either, but it's a little bit underscaled. But still, it would be cool to see that one too. Would love to see them do the rest of the G bodies. Now, this one we've done a long time ago with its counterpart, which was the green with the white top and chrome Daytons and such. And we also did the chase cars of both. And we did those probably 3 years ago. I think it was in 2020. And what's unique about these, you see 1 of 3,600 on the front before you open it. And we'll take a look at the box. As you can see, very nice card art with this one. And then the back side tells you a little bit about low riding and where it came from. I'm not going to get into that since we're going a little bit long on this video. And it shows you what cars were going to be in this series: 62 Chevy, 66 Chevy Impala, 76 Cadillac Coupe, 62 Chevy Convertible, and 70 Chevy Impala Sport Coupe. Now, when we got these in the Philippines when I was living there, we only had the 62 Chevy and the 66 Chevy at that time. So that's what we did the unboxing on. I think mine was just 62s for a while, then later on I got the 66s. But see, once I popped it open, the other side of this box says one of 4,800 and not one of 3,600, which is kind of strange. It makes me doubt like production numbers from Mijo sometimes with their collaboration with Autoworld. I don't know why they didn't fix that before they printed the boxes, but that's what's kind of unique about this. And the 66 hardtop. I don't know about this 70 Impala or the 62 convertible, if they had it like that or if they fixed it. I did not unbox any of those. And this looks sweet. This one looks good with the gold interior, but this is more in person like a beige, like, oh, I don't know, kind of cream colored interior more than a gold. But the outside of the car looks fantastic with the gold Daytons, the gold rocker trim and door handles, gold grill, bumpers. That's the one thing that I liked about the Ultra Reds of this and the 70 Chevy and the 66. They had the Ultra Red paint with a white interior and all gold trim. Even if the original variant had chrome trim, they did gold and gold Daytons and it looked killer. I don't mind colored tires, as you guys remember probably from the past of some of my chase videos. I would go after colored tire vehicles. I liked them, but now I'm a little bit more conservative, trying to keep things factory or at least realistic. And I want to get my hands on a Ultra Red of the 62 again, or 66, or the 70, when they had the regular black thin white all 520 tires on them. So going to this guy here, this is also one. This is one of 3,600. It is done in a metallic kind of candy orange and with a white interior. Looks great. Very conservative. No graphics, nothing like that. A couple like mild pinstripes, kind of like the 62, which I didn't point out on the hood there and on the deck lid. And it does have a very fine metallic and certain light in the black. So let's get him out and take a look at him. And once again, you can see one of 4,800 and one of 3,600. They were having a hard time making up their mind, I guess. So anyways, put those boxes to the side there and get this guy out and take a look at him. And once again, looks very good. In my opinion, it looks like these small diameter wheels kind of are spaced backwards a little bit, but depending on the size of the cylinders on the Lowrider, sometimes your control arms or trailing arms, whatever you want to call them, have to be a little bit longer. So sometimes it will set the rear end back a little bit. So this could actually be considered like realistic. Yeah, sorry about this, guys. I'm a little choked up tonight. I should have grabbed some water before I made the video, but no turning back now. We're almost done. So anyways, the chrome Daytons look very good. Nice detail to the front end and such. And another, this one's hood does not open so well, just a little bit. So you can't really see down in there too good. Now the 62, this is one detail I forgot to point out for you guys. They went to the trouble, it does have like a W head motor, so it's either 348 or 409, but you could see that they went through the trouble of even painting the valve covers gold, which I thought was pretty cool to give it that extra detail under the hood. So pretty cool, even though these cars do not have functioning suspension like my Hot Wheels do. And those are the ones I'm going to try to get all of as they are released from RLC, the 64s and the 75 Monty. Those are sweet cars. The Revell Lowriders are very nice. They're getting very expensive, so I'm just sticking with the RLC stuff for right now. If I can come across some Revells that have adjustable suspension and they are in a decent price range, then maybe I'll buy them. But this is it for my Lowrider collection right now. One day I'll get them all out because I do have a couple Mijo, I think they're Mijo and Autoworld square bodies with Lowrider gold Daytons and chrome Daytons and pattern style paint jobs that I'll bring out, and we'll put them all together and do another Lowrider show like I've done in the past. But this is it for tonight, guys. So I hope you enjoyed it, and we'll be back again Saturday or Sunday to unbox the latest Sylvia 15. S15, sorry, from Mini GT. It's the D-Max version in the metallic orange. Almost the same exact color as the Hako back here. So we'll do that for you on Saturday or Sunday. So be sure to tune back in for that. Thanks for watching, guys.